Think a black suit is just for funerals and weddings? Think again. In today's video, we're taking a look at the power of the black suit through Sugar, a noir detective TV show from Apple starring Colin Farrell. This timeless piece is not just a strong style statement that can be sharp and outstanding, but is also charged with some expectations and limitations. There are many reasons you should get a black suit, but a few reasons you should not. So keep watching to make sure it's the right choice for you. Imagine the black suit, and most likely either Tom Ford or Reservoir Dogs springs to mind. As a detective, John Sugar embodies cool and mystery. This grants him a license to be a bit of a maverick when dressing. He could either dress up or dress down. He chooses to look sharp, suited and booted. John Sugar chooses a classic signature look. What is a signature look? It's when you wear the same outfit consistently. I use the word outfit here judiciously, not the same as clothing. I'll explain that some more. Coincidentally, it's not the only time Colin Farrell has worn one item of clothing for an entire show. A signature look must be striking. There's a big difference between a man with a signature look and a guy who just never changes his clothes, apart from the smell. To keep looking sharp, the signature look gentleman will have a wardrobe of several similar suits. In some cases, suits woven from different fabrics, a range of white shirts, and neckties with a variety of fabrics, plain and patterned. He'll most likely rotate his suits, so he never wears the exact same suit 2 days in a row, which is something you should never do anyway. It lets suits breathe and release any body odors and refresh the fabric. And keeping all your clothes crisp and clean at all times is the prerequisite for pulling it off. Otherwise you just become that guy who never changes his clothes. Of course, unlike John Sugar, you don't have to wear a black suit exclusively. But of the many things to consider as to why Colin Farrell looks so good in a black suit, one is that he's what we call high contrast. His pale skin and jet black hair make the suit work for him. As a low contrast person myself, tan skin and once upon a time blonde hair, I would look washed out if I wore that look, leaving me looking like the Invisible Man. Environment is also something to consider when wearing a black suit. Sugar is constantly in the presence of well-dressed men. Dressing well doesn't make him stand out, but his black suit does, but just the right amount. If he only ever hung out in dive bars, then he would stand out too much and alienate the people he needed to speak to. There's a line early on where he is greeted by his new client's attorney. He tells him that he has heard he is a man of great integrity. So if that's the characteristic you wish to convey, you should dress appropriately. And of course he is a private investigator, and even more so a fictional noir PI, and this allows him to dress how he pleases, for the kind of clientele, damsels in distress, and even thugs he has to go head to head with. Knowing the kind of cachet the black suit look brings with it works for Sugar in all his walks of life. It's good to ask yourself before buying a black suit if it is the right move for you in these categories. Can you handle the heat it might bring with it? If you can, then don't hesitate. But be warned, if you decide it's right for you and you have friends with a similar look, then it's an absolute rule that you must do the walk.
Stop playing Reservoir Dogs!
But, as I said earlier, there are a few downsides to the black suit white shirt look. I've already mentioned that it is high contrast, so it will wash out men with fair hair, meaning the suit is battling for attention with your face, and that should never be the case. No matter what the situation you are in, on a date, talking to your boss, or socializing with colleagues or friends, you want people's attention on you, not your clothes. Furthermore, the black suit is extremely limiting. There are very few shirts that go well with it, and that is why you almost always see it with a white shirt and black tie. But there are a couple of other color choices. If and when it's appropriate, a black shirt with a black suit looks very cool. But again, it's quite a bold statement, so you need to ask yourself if you can pull it off. A purple shirt is an unorthodox choice, but also a very cool one. And contrary to popular belief, black does not hide the dirt very well. It can make it stand out even more. You would assume that the dark colour would help hide the dirt, but actually most stains are light in colour and when caught by the light can stand out like an LED. Whether it's cat hairs or food stains, black is difficult to keep clean, so be prepared to learn about spot cleaning and how to fend off daily life from ruining your suit. And no, you cannot get your suit dry cleaned every time it gets dirty. The strong chemicals in dry cleaning actually damage your suit, so you should only get it dry cleaned once or twice a year. So I hope this video and Colin Farrell will help you decide if a black suit is right for you. Or perhaps you should get something more flexible, like a mid to dark grey or dark blue suit. It will match many different shirts and accessories, and it is a better choice for a first suit or even for a young man with only one or two. I actually don't own a black suit yet, but it's definitely in my near future. And please don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications, and I'll keep the videos coming. Thanks again for your support.